Well, hello, well, welcome to part 4 of our Child Diary. We're going to be talking about Sunday, March 15, 2026. For a lot of you guys, Oscars Day! For us, Takeover Tour Day! Are we going to mention Oscars? Yes, you can do that, lady. I still can't believe we're actually there for the Oscars. We're in the States for the Oscars. Yeah, and that ended up being quite eventful. And caused quite the controversy. But it's never, let's face it, it's never the award show without controversy. Especially Oscars. Yeah. So it was an early start of the tour. We didn't mention when we did the part about the Seattle game. We didn't mention the time for that. No, that was 6 p.m. on March the 13th. Yeah. And this game in Denmark was at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So very early to actually be there. But then again, if we were back in England, it wouldn't be early because it was probably about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night here in the UK. Doesn't matter. We did kind of feel a bit weird when the game ended, and we realised, oh, we've still got like a full day left, like the night's still quite young. Yeah. Yeah. So amazing, just incredible to be there, and it was a very snowy day. Yeah, I mean, we had snow. We had snow in both Minneapolis and Denver. Now, I think Minneapolis we were prepared for snow. But Denver, we weren't. It was literally snowing as we got out of Boris. After the game, we walked out. There was literally snowfall. Now, because in the UK we don't get snowfall. We're not used to seeing snow falling. In the UK, when we get snow, it normally happens overnight. So you would then wake up the next morning and go, "Oh my God, look, it's snowing outside!" You don't in the UK. You don't normally get to see the actual snowfall happen. Whereas when we were in Denver and we were walking back to our hotel after the game, we noticed the snow was falling, and I was thinking, "Is that rain?" And then actually, no, I was clarified. No, it's another snowfall. It was another snowfall. So that's a unique experience. It did feel a bit icy. It did get a little icy at times getting to Ball Arena, but we managed to get there, no problem, all in one piece. Now, so you talked about how we got to Grand Series, so you built the Zora. Did you build the Zora when we were in Ball Arena? Yeah, and it felt worse because literally you go on a concourse like, there's hardly anything here. Yeah, there's hardly anything here. Yeah, where's your food kiosks? Where's your shops? Yeah. Well, speaking of food kiosks, we had a little bit of a battle with getting the drinks. we had a little battle of that. In Grand Casino Arena, you were allowed to have bottles. Brilliant. Good. In Ball Arena, you had to have cans. Now, I'm not talking about your standard cans that you just buy at your local supermarket and you can market, which I might do this week. I've been saying you should get some cans in, George. Let's go on with your bottles. I might do that this week. Yeah, might do that this week. Yeah. They weren't your standard. They're like massive size cans, and when we bought them, the seller was like, "Do I still do them for you?" And we were like, "No." So obviously, we're about to go down the steps into our seat carrying them, and plus I'm disabled. Not that we told them that, but I'm like, I'm visually impaired. You always expect me to go down to my seat with these two and a can of Pepsi that is opened where accidents are waiting to happen. But it said, and they were like, well, can I throw? I was like, you don't throw them. Like, what are you supposed to do? Has that happened, Bernie? Has that actually happened? Has that happened at those games? It's like, it was always like, where do you think we got? Do you think we're buying or something? It's like, do you think we would have been let through the gates if we were seen as being violent? No. That was a bit like a. Seriously? You expecting me to walk down the steps of Ball Arena into my seat carrying a can of Pepsi that has been opened? Does anyone else want to spot the potential accidents waiting to happen? And those steps were dreadful because the gaps were quite wide. I had to literally really drag my foot out, which kind of means I've got a bit of a sore leg because I felt a bit stiff in my left leg since we've got back. I kind of felt a bit of a twinge in my left leg when I was literally trying to get some shut eye when we got back home. It's like, oh, that sort of drew me up. Yeah, so I'm not sure my left leg's recovered from being in Ball Arena. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, there were very wide gaps in steps of Ball Arena, so it was a real struggle, but we got there eventually. So yeah. No, but I'll see. No. Well, if we ever do go back to Ball Arena, no, just brace for that. Yep. I bet they. Oh no, it's those Brits again. It's those Brits again, insisting we don't open the cans for them. You're at a hockey game. When in your lives have you seen somebody throw cans onto an ice rink? Where have you seen that in your lives? A soccer game? Maybe yes. Not a hockey game. We're not all hooligans. When we got to our seats, so we were in block 1, 2, 2 for this game. It was kind of a similar position to where we were for Grand Casino Arena. But even if you expect to be that close to the action, no. It's like, we sit down, and it's like, oh my god, we are literally that close. We were not on front row, but it kind of felt like we were on front row. It's like, we were not prepared for how close we were going to be to the action. So these were like really good seats. I honestly don't think that if this was for a Sharks Avalanche or a Wild Avalanche or a Kings Avalanche game, I don't think we would have been able to get those seats. Because it would have been quite pricey. We would have to maybe go up a few rows. But because it's the PHL tickets are very well reasonably priced. It meant we had a good seat, which was really good. Really good. Yeah, I don't think we're prepared for how close we were going to be to the action, which was just incredible. It's just incredible. So, really good seats. I don't think we could complain about the seats. No, fine. No, really good. Really good. The atmosphere we got to Denver was just absolutely just incredible. We are going to talk about what it was like attending the Takeover Tour and also what it was like being in Denver. We're going to do that step by step shows, but I just want to briefly say Denver's passion for this game from start to finish was just exceptional. You could feel that Denver has taken the PHL to heart and they really want to be a part of this. You could just tell they really want to be a part. You need to know that the We War Team Champ originated in Denver. And Denver last year, I think, was stop number 3. It was. Yeah, Denver was stop number 3 last year. The first 2 stops, obviously, were the 2 markets that did get expansion teams, but it was until stop 3 of last year's tour when that Chan was born. It was in Denver. And they did it for every single period. I was even funny where during the second period, start it, they bring the towel in. Oh, Taylor has his. No, I'm going to score a goal. We'll come back to you in a moment, Denver. We've got to cheer for our girl first. Yeah. And And we did our own. Yeah, we did the run-up to the show. We were kind of thinking, right, we were preparing ourselves for that. We were like, well, we do want them to get a team, but can we really join the champ? Because technically we already have a team. It's called the Minnesota Frost. Yeah. So we did our own version. We did of the champ. We basically shouted, give Denver a team. And the idea was when the attendance was announced, I was going to record the moment, and then when the game was carrying on, I was going to have all us three scream at the top of those, give Denver a team. And that's what we did. Yeah. But when the attendance was announced, the arena was so loud, you couldn't hear what the attendance figure was. So when we got back to our hotel, and we were doing the quotes, I had to, for that game, I had to then look up what the number was and add it to the totals already so far. Yeah. So it was 15,512 who attended that game. Brilliant. That is Denver's best showing of the three. Obviously, got to bear in mind the one in January was the same as a FL game, so that's there. I lost track of how many other athletes we had attending this game. I know, it was always like every big event. It was like when we were already Denver sports teams in the building. It's like, what? That just shows how there's a real community spirit in Denver. We've got athletes from other sports teams coming in to check out this game, which is incredible. Yeah, incredible. Yeah. So a real community spirit. Yeah, I forgot all of them. I wasn't paying attention. I was focusing on the game itself, so I can't really tell you which one we had. There's a variety of different other sports teams in Denver. So, yeah. So, it was a real great experience to be there. The passion I saw from Denver was just incredible. Yeah, literally incredible. Yeah, it was just incredible. I will say, it did feel a bit strange being at a neutral site game. Yeah, because obviously, being a Grand Casino Arena, you've got the warmth and the safety net of your fellow Frost fans who can be there with you and support. Obviously, for this game, we didn't know who the crowd was going to be on whose side. There was always that risk that in our block we could be surrounded by Sirens fans and their dues. Wouldn't have been a problem. It just kind of felt like we were pretty much on our own, and we had to basically do our own chants, yeah, and just not focus on what everyone else is going around us doing, and it worked out quite well, yeah. It kind of felt like, oh my god, we're kind of on our own here, yeah. Especially if the people behind us didn't know which side they were on. Nope. It's like, oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, it was an incredible moment, and just be able to represent your team in a neutral site venue is a moment that I'm never gonna forget, because it's not every day that you get given the opportunity to represent your not just your team, but also your league at a neutral site venue, which could one day potentially be a PHL venue. That was just an incredible moment, and well, you kind of felt this game was going to be a business trip, because we basically had to be there representing our league as representatives, as ambassadors, and show Denver why this is the best thing in town and why we love it so much. You were not so ambassadorial. No, you were not. In fact, and Bernie, sit on my chair. I just need to put water. I feel the boys going. Little boys crack. What do you mean I wasn't support ambassadorial? We're gonna talk like a man. I just need a quick break. The boys is going. It's like being back in Denver. Give me a sec. The jet lag's really taking in, boys and girls. Yeah, it is. When is it not? in that jersey with a whole trouble gallery. Yeah. I mean, originally we were going to do the 3 games in the Frost jersey, but I just immediately ended up recording part 2 immediately afterwards, so there's no point. Plus, I need to get used to wearing this, guys. Yeah, this is my first ever Wild jersey, so I need to get used to wearing this because you're going to see me wear this more often now. Yeah. On Purple Rain. Plus, I'm also working on some Wild Sharks content to do as well. I said I was going to do that when we wrapped up tour report last year, so I kind of don't mind. I'm going to be wearing this the whole time because I need to get used to wearing it. Right. Yes. So Pluto was not very ambassadorial because Jay was a breaks in play. I can't remember the exact wording, but the PA announcer brought up the term heated rivalry. And me as that got brought up. So you said not in that sense, George. I did. You turned me off. I did. Because I knew where your mind was going. I knew where your mind was going. It was speaking about Scott and Kip. I was starting to... Yeah, I know, but your mind was going... I thought, no, we can't have tape being turned on, George. There's children present. As if you think my dirty mind was going to go there. That was the... As soon as you said it, I was like, Pluto! Yeah, I mean, seriously. Honestly, you dirty bastard. I know. I'm not the one with the fruity mind. Get used to it. You're going to see a lot of this on the side project, so get used to it now, kids. Yeah. And then when the game ended, you then said to me, "Oh, I need a cup of tea." I did. You did. You said, "Oh, John, I think you could do with a cup of tea." You know I don't drink tea. Yeah, but your boy sounded very hurt. So would you. Can you blame me? We just had a heart attack. Yeah, I don't know what happened that third period. Special teams. Special teams let us down. That was the thing I was going to keep an eye on the trip. Special teams. And the PK badly let us down. Because that should have been a 4. Shall I tell you what happened when Science got the first goal? Yeah. Right, yeah. So, this was a very action-packed game. I mean, literally, the Frost came out fire on all cylinders. And I wasn't too sure that, because obviously, because the way schedules were, the Sirens were able to have a practice day on a Saturday, and we didn't get to have a practice day. So I wasn't too sure how we were going to do. So I wouldn't have been surprised if we had like quite a slow start to that game. But we came out fast. Came out guns blazing. And we managed to build up a really impressive 4-0 lead going to that third period. Now, us three know our history with the Sirens. Sirens are very good at coming from behind. The York Sirens are a team that loves playing from behind. So, we knew that if the Sirens could get at least one goal, then it could be interesting. And when the Sirens did get our first goal, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Just let them have one. They can have one. Let everyone hear the racist song. And just, it's fine. They can have one goal. It's fine. Because I'm not really sure. Because we haven't really... So I don't think in this league yet we've seen somebody come from 4 goals down. No. We've seen a team come back from 3 goals down. Not 4. Not yet. But there is still time, boys and girls. There is still time. So I was kind of like, okay, it's now 4-1. It's fine. They can have one goal. It's okay. I'm not going to hold that against Nicole Hensley, who our ladies can come on to at the moment. Yeah. Not going to hold that against. It's fine. Yeah, because obviously, if it had been 3-1, I might have had a bit of a problem with that. But because it's 4-1, no, it's fine. Obviously, again, another goal. It's like, oh dear. And then I saw what was coming next. Yeah. When the Sirens got the third goal, my eyesight was focused on Kate Osborne, not what was going on our end. Yeah. So, I think we were focusing on that our end. No, my eyesight was kind of focused on Kate Osborne. So I saw her going to the bench, and she didn't even get to the bench in time because the Sirens already got the third goal. That's how fast it was. So I knew that third goal was coming because I see Chaos was going to the bench of the extra attacker. So I knew what was coming. Oh, and our goal was stressful the rest of the way. Yeah, it was stressful the rest of the way. So, oh yeah. So basically, Deborah got his money as well. Oh yeah, if you didn't support either of those two teams, you got your money's worth. But there were people on my teams there. Yeah, I spotted a Fleet jersey in our row. So it wasn't just Sirens and Frost bands, there's bands all over the place. So if you were not one of the Frost Sirens bands, you had a great game, you got his money's worth. But ours, quite hard attacking. Because it could be one of those games where, oh, if only we done that. Like how when in the early season the Charge got an O2 over the Sirens, I felt that should have been that could have easily been a regulation with the Charge. Yeah, that could have been same here. Yeah. Especially getting close to the point of the season where you got to start thinking how many points do you need before you can start thinking about scenarios. Yeah, we are now in the point of the season where it's 3 points or nothing. That's the mindset you've got to go in now for these remaining games going forward. So, Leggy, you were talking Hensley? Yeah. How brilliant was it for Nicole Hensley to get that star? I mean, we all praised to get that star. She couldn't do it last year when we played the Victoire because of injury. So we were all praying for her to get that star. And when we're doing the starting lineups, you will see, because George did fill it all, you will be able to hear the three of us screaming. Yeah, when Nicole Hensley's number was announced, because we just knew, we was just like, yes! The hockey gods have answered our prayers. The hockey gods have answered our prayers. She's getting the start. She's going to get the start. Yes! And I think she did play well. Unfortunately, the third period, she wasn't given that support. No. Because actually, if we made it 5-0, then you wouldn't have to have worried about the Sirens mini fight back. Yeah, because it would have basically been trying to save face. But because it was 4-0, it's like, oh. But I remember that point thinking with 4-0 up, that should probably do it. I think maybe you will hear me. I think I might have said it on the recordings that should do it when we got the fourth goal. Because normally when you go 4-0 up, you kind of feel a bit safe, especially if you're then going into the third period. But no, maybe we should have got like another one, and then every time you play a Sirens, you always wonder how big of a lead do you need to kind of feel safe to call they're not going to try and do these skullduggery. And I think we've now learned it needs to be by 5 goals, not by 3 or 4. Because the So I think Nicole has a big well, and I don't think the third period should basically take her performance not good at all. No. No, but we got the win. Great. So we come out of the arena and we thought, right, we haven't got the souvenir. No, because I think initially we thought, let's just get into our seat and then we'll worry about it afterwards. Yeah. So at the end of the game, we went to go and find a team shop, and we got Bernie. I was very surprised how there wasn't really that much Takeover Tour stuff at all. No, I would have thought, Bernie, you outshot again! Go on, Plug. Carry on. I would have thought, for a Takeover Tour game, you'd want to have exclusive merchandise that you could only get at the Takeover Tour. Like how you go to a concert, you could only get merchandise there. So I was very surprised. Yeah, it's basically just your standard Avalanche team store. So, a lot of other stuff. And me, I was thinking, where's a Bernie? Where's a Bernie? Now, there were 2 options. There's either me big dog. Can you stop? No! Carry on. I'm keeping that now. But I do not want people thinking about... I'm sorry. Where it goes. Start stopping you. Just deal with your windows. Deal with it. Deal with it. So there's 2 options. There's this size, or there was a small size. Now, if you watch the Takeover Tour game recount I did last year, you will know already have a Bernie like that as part of my HR mascot collection. So I thought, we don't really need to do the same. So I thought, you know what? Go for the big one. Every time, you go for the big one every time. And I thought, I could easily fit him in the case, no problem. I thought, it'll be fine. No problem. You will not be able to come to charge game with us, Burley, but I thought, it'll be fine. We can easily get him in. Yeah, no problem. So I bought him, and that was my one and only souvenir from Denver. Because I was very adamant I wanted to get something from Denver to remember my time there. Because I don't know if I will get to go to Denver again. I don't know, it all depends. What happens, isn't it? Well, I kind of think if Denver gets a team, I think we have to go back. Yeah, and that could be how we can do a road game. Because we haven't done a road game yet. No. We do maybe want to do that one day. Because we have talked about how we do want to maybe one day go and visit the Leagur 6 in their bars. So, yeah. So maybe if Denver gets a team, we could find a cross road game and then go there. Yeah, that could work. Yeah. And then just, And then we could do like a comparison where it was like being there as an actual PHL team. Yeah, we could do, okay. Yeah. So, this is my little souvenir. To remind me of being there in Denver. And Denver, you will have our backing, by the way. If you need somebody to give you a reference, so you get a team, you've got our backing. Yeah, you've got our vote. Yeah, because we've always believed that Denver's got the potential to be a PHL team since the last year's Takeover Tour, and this year has proved it. I mean, the fact that back in January, when the Tour and Gold Knights went there, and they managed to get 11,000 people, despite the fact that there was a Broncos playoff game happening at the same time, I thought that is still brilliant. I mean, if there was a drop per attendance there, like a massive drop, I would obviously would have understood that because no one's going to beat the Super Bowl. Yeah, but I was really impressed. So I think what Denver's done is it's proved to us that it doesn't matter what day of the week it is or what is going on, they can support women's hockey. Yeah, so just give them a team. Yeah, just give them a team. They want one. They want it so bad. You've got our boat. Yeah, you've got our boat. So if you need a reference, you've got our boat. You've got our backs. We will happily help you guys. You know they can. Yeah. And who knows? If you get a team, we might come back out for a Frost Denver game. Who knows? Who knows? So we get back to our hotel after the game. Obviously, the restaurant nearby our hotel obviously shut, so we had to basically go and find somewhere. I think Denver was good for the amenities than it was Minneapolis. Denver kind of felt it was a bit like San Jose. You got to really go full on track to try and find some amenities. We did find somewhere. Yeah. And then when we got back for the rest of the night, of course, it was Oscars. Now, before we went out to something to eat, we went back to the hotel, dropped him off. I got armor frosters because I don't want to wear out from going to something to eat. Had a quick loo, and obviously when we got to the hotel, the Oscars were already in full swing, and obviously one of K-pop's nominations was already done. If you remember, K-pop Demon Hunters was nominated for 2 categories: Best Anime Feature and Best Original Song. Now, going into the Oscars, I was not confident that K-pop could win Best Anime Feature because Zootopia 2 was also in that category. And Zootopia 2 is a really hilarious film. It's quite fruity. It's got some adult jokes, especially for us boys. I thought that was going to snag it. So the shock that I saw on my phone that award already been announced and K-pop had done it, I could not believe that. I could not believe it. Because I felt that K-pop had some very stiff competition in that category. So that was just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then we come back, after getting some food, we come back to the hotel for the rest of the night. And of course, the best original song wasn't until towards the end. I love that performance. Yeah, it's a really good performance, but I was a bit surprised they then took out the bridge. I was surprised because we did the first part of the song, chorus, and then it should be bridge, but it didn't, and then just went straight back into the second chorus. So I was a bit surprised about that. It was a nice, lovely performance. Yeah. And rightly so, K-pop did win Best Original Song, as I knew it was going to win. So, yeah, so that was quite nice. Yeah, it felt a bit weird that we were actually in the States when the Oscars was going on. That felt really weird. Yeah, but better than having to watch it in the UK. Oh no, that would have been. Yeah, because we did watch last year's ceremony on the UK that was broadcasting it, and I just felt this is a massive drag, and I just felt like, oh god, I want to go to bed. I want to just go to bed. So thank God we were actually in the States. We didn't and it didn't feel like a massive drag, but and all that. Yeah, so that's crazy. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, but it was such an incredible day being there, and that is something I am never going to forget, because it's not every opportunity you get to represent your league at a neutral site game. So it was such an incredible moment, and just being there was incredible. How did it feel being? It was an incredible experience. I mean, it kind of felt a bit. It did feel a bit strange because obviously, you're not surrounded by your fellow Frost bands. You're basically, as you've said, you're on your own in that block. So you basically got to do what you want to do and not focus on what else is going on around you. Yeah. But it was incredible. I just basically just soaked it in, like just soak in the atmosphere and just focus on representing your league. Just do the best you can. That was incredible. It was just such an incredible. And can I also say, George, I think you did very, very well with the sing along. Yes, we had the sing along with all the small things. So if you remember, the last time Bernie won the Stanley Cup, the Avalanche had that as a little tradition. Mm-hmm. I really struggled. I had to basically rely on the crowd. I knew I was not gonna. I don't know that song off by heart. I don't know that song at all. So I basically had to just follow the crowd. I remember thinking, this just sounds completely wrong. Didn't film it, by the way. No, did not film that because I wasn't prepared for that to happen. It's like, oh, when the track's like, I was like, oh, George, yeah. And then basically, yeah. So we didn't film it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's incredible. So yeah, it was just incredible. Just be there, and never gonna forget that. That's gonna be. Would you say it's the highlight of the trip? I think it was because there's gonna be many opportunities to get to go to Minneapolis again. Mm-hmm. How many opportunities are we gonna have to go to Denver again? Exactly. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows what's gonna happen with expansion? Who knows? It was such incredible to be there, and I feel very honoured that I got opportunity to be there, and I get to say that I was one of the 15,512 who attended that game. And as I knew what was going to happen, we had now, following that day, we've now officially surpassed last year's total attendance. Last year's total attendance on the tour was 123,000, roughly give or take. And we are now already well past that, with obviously the game that we attended there, and obviously the one in Winnipeg that happened. We got back. So, yeah. So there's still like 4 more to go. Yeah, there's still 4 more to go. We got Chicago and Detroit this week, and then week after that is Calgary, and the week after that is Edmonton, and then that's it. And then by that point, you've got to then start thinking about playoffs And also, when we might get expansion news. Yeah, so. Yeah. How you guys got any more final thoughts before I wrap it up? I just feel so privileged that we got to be there. And I had an opportunity to do something that I don't think in a million years we ever thought you would do. No. Never in a million years did I think you would attend an arena outside your respective teams. Never in a million years I thought you would do that. No. Never in a million years. And I felt so privileged to do that. I'd love to do that again. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe what we should do is do a Takeover Tour game with the Frost aren't on. And see what... So obviously we've had the experience of being on a Takeover Tour game for our Frost. What we haven't done yet is go to a Takeover Tour game where it's not the Frost. So maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do that. But obviously pick a side. We can't basically just go share both sides. Pick a side. And do that. That could be something for the future. I'll think about that. Ready? Any final thoughts from you? It was just such an incredible day, and it just felt it was golden. I know. It was just, that's how I ended it. It was just gold. It was golden. That's how I ended it. Right, I'll tell you what's not golden. Part 5. Oh, yeah, because that is going to do it for this part. Which of course covered our Takeover Tour game on Sunday, March 15, 2026. Sirens 3, Frost 4. The next part, we're going to talk about the flight back to Minneapolis. And oh my god! Did that end in tears? Bernie, you're going to stay on. You're going to stay on for that. Yeah. Nordy will be back for part 6. Nordy will come back on for part 6. Which is when we're properly back in Minneapolis. So, yeah. So you got one more part with Bernie. And then Nordy will come back. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah, part 5. Brace yourselves, because it might get some swearing. But for now, we'll leave you until next time. Take care.